What if I told you that even if you combine the popularity of every sport on Earth, it still might not match the global influence of football? Football is more than just a game. It is an emotion, a language spoken in every corner of the world. From the crowded streets of Rio de Janeiro to the villages of Africa, from Europe's grand stadiums to the dusty fields of Asia, football unites billions of people regardless of race, religion, or nationality. But have you ever wondered where football actually began? Who invented it? How did a simple ball game become the most popular sport in human history? Today, we're taking a fascinating journey through more than 2,000 years of football history. From ancient civilizations to modern mega stadiums, from forgotten warriors to legendary superstars. This is the incredible story of football. So sit back, relax, and stay with us until the end. Because by the time this video is over, you'll see football in a completely different way. So what are you thinking about? Let's start the journey. And don't forget to comment me what is your next interest.
The story of football begins long before modern stadiums, television broadcasts, and superstar athletes. More than 2,000 years ago, ancient civilizations were already playing games that resembled football. One of the earliest known versions appeared in China during the Han Dynasty between the 2nd and 3rd centuries BCE. The game was called Cuju. Players used their feet to kick a leather ball through a small opening in a net. Unlike modern football, Cuju was often used as military training to improve soldiers' fitness, coordination, and discipline. Many historians consider Cuju to be the earliest documented form of football. At roughly the same time, other civilizations had their own ball games. In ancient Greece, people played a game called episkouros, while the Romans later developed a similar sport known as harpastrum. These games were often rough, physical, and chaotic. Although they weren't direct ancestors of modern football, they laid the foundation for the world's future obsession with kicking a ball.
Fast forward to medieval England. Football had become incredibly popular among ordinary people. But there was one major difference. There were almost no rules. Entire villages would participate in massive matches involving hundreds of players. The goal was simple: move the ball to a designated target, often miles away. There were no referees, no offside rules, no yellow cards, and definitely no VAR. Players pushed, kicked, wrestled, and fought their way through muddy streets and open fields. The matches were so violent that several English kings actually tried to ban football. King Edward II, King Edward III, and several other monarchs viewed the game as a public nuisance. But despite repeated bans, the people's love for football never disappeared. And that passion would eventually change the sport forever.
The 19th century marked the most important turning point in football history. As football became popular in British schools, a major problem emerged. Every school had different rules. Some allowed players to carry the ball with their hands. Others prohibited hand use entirely. This confusion made it almost impossible for teams from different schools to compete. A solution was desperately needed. Then came the historic year, 1863. In London, representatives from various clubs and schools gathered to create a standardized set of rules. This meeting led to the formation of the Football Association, commonly known as the FA. For the first time, football had official laws. Handling the ball was largely prohibited, creating a clear separation between football and rugby. This moment is widely regarded as the birth of modern football. The game we know today had finally begun. Once the rules were established, organized competition quickly followed. In 1871, the FA launched the world's first national football tournament, the FA Cup. Clubs from across England competed for glory. Fans flocked to watch. The excitement was undeniable. The FA Cup became a blueprint for football competitions around the world. Soon, Football was no longer just a recreational activity. It had become a serious sporting event. As football continued to grow, countries wanted to test themselves against one another. In 1872, history was made. England and Scotland played the first officially recognized international football match. The match ended in a 0-0 draw, but the result didn't matter. A new era had begun. International football was born. And from that moment forward, the dream of representing one's nation became one of the greatest honors in sport. The late 19th and early 20th centuries witnessed football's global expansion. The British Empire played a crucial role in spreading the game. With football spreading across continents, a global governing body became necessary. In 1904, representatives from 7 European countries met in Paris. Their goal was ambitious: to create an organization that would oversee international football. The result was FIFA, the Fédération Internationale de Football Association. FIFA's mission was simple yet revolutionary: unite the footballing world under one set of rules. Little did they know that FIFA would eventually become one of the most influential sporting organizations on Earth. By the 1920s, football's popularity had exploded. The next logical step was obvious: a global tournament. That dream became reality in 1930. Uruguay hosted the first ever FIFA World Cup. Only 13 nations participated, but the significance was enormous. For the first time in history, the growth of football faced a major obstacle: World War II. After the 1938 World Cup, the tournaments scheduled for 1942 and 1946 were canceled due to global conflict. The world was in chaos. Millions of lives were lost. Football had to wait. When peace finally returned, so did the beautiful game. The World Cup resumed in 1950, and what happened next would become one of football's greatest stories. Brazil hosted the 1950 FIFA World Cup. To showcase the tournament, the country built the legendary Maracanã Stadium in Rio de Janeiro. At the time, it was the largest football stadium in the world. Nearly 200,000 spectators packed the stadium. Football's history is filled with extraordinary individuals. Few names shine brighter than Pelé. The Brazilian superstar won 3 World Cups and helped make football a truly global phenomenon. Then came Diego Maradona. The Argentine genius dazzled fans with his incredible skill, creativity, and unforgettable moments. In the 21st century, a new rivalry captured the world's imagination: Lionel Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo. For nearly 2 decades, these two icons pushed each other to unprecedented heights, breaking records, winning trophies, and inspiring millions. Their rivalry became one of the greatest stories in sports history. And if pure skill and entertainment are what you love, few players can match the magic of Ronaldinho. His creativity made football look like art. Football today looks very different from the game played centuries ago. Technology has transformed nearly every aspect of the sport. Goal line technology ensures that crucial goals are accurately awarded. VAR, or Video Assistant Referee, helps officials review controversial decisions. Modern analytics track every pass, sprint, and movement. Football has become faster, smarter, and more precise than ever before. Today, football is not just a sport. It is a multi-billion-dollar global industry. Massive sponsorship deals, record-breaking player transfers, global television audiences, social media influence. Football clubs have become international brands. Players have become cultural icons. Yet, despite all the money, fame, and technology, the essence of football remains unchanged: a ball.